In the old town of Okeala, everyone knew Mama Balagon as a woman whose mouth was sharper than a knife and whose pride could fill a whole market square. She was a kind of woman who believed no woman on earth was good enough for her only son, Kunle. From the day Kunle was born, she tied his destiny to her wrapper, promising herself that no outsider would ever take her place in his heart. People feared her words, respected her wealth, and avoided her temper because Mama Balagon knew they smile when matters serious. When Kunle brought home Sade as his wife, Mama Balagon smiled with her mouth but not with her eyes. She welcomed her with cold hugs and fake prayers, already planning how to bend this new bride to her will. Sade entered the marriage full of hope, unaware that she had stepped into a house where love had rules and respect came with suffering. From that first night, the air inside the compound changed, heavy with unspoken war. Sade was raised by parents who taught her patience and kindness, and she carried these lessons into her marriage. She woke before dawn, swept the compound, cooked meals, and greeted Mama Balagon with respect, kneeling even when her knees hurt. Yet no matter how hard she tried, nothing pleased the older woman. One day the soup had too much salt, another day it had no taste, and sometimes Mama Balagon would pour it away, saying, "Na so na they cook for una mama house." Kunle noticed the tension but chose silence, hoping time would calm his mother. Each time Sade tried to explain her pain, he waved it off, saying, "Please endure small, na my mama be that." Sade endured, but deep inside, something was slowly hardening. Respect was turning to quiet strength, and tears she refused to shed were gathering courage instead. Mama Balagon believed shame was the best weapon. At the market, she would loudly complain about Sade, calling her lazy and useless while Kipu listened. "This girl no sabi anything," she would shout, clapping her hands. Sade would stand behind her, head bowed, while whispers followed them like flies. Some women pitied her, others laughed, afraid they might be next. One afternoon, Mama Balagon accused Sade of stealing money right there in the compound. "Oleniye," she screamed, causing neighbors to gather. Sade shook with shock and pain, swearing her innocence, but no one believed her. That night, she cried quietly, but she also made a promise to herself she would not be destroyed in silence. The first sign of resistance came on a rainy evening. Mama Balagon ordered Sade to cook for visitors without warning, even though Sade was sick. When Sade politely said she needed rest, Mama Balagon slapped her hard. The sound echoed like thunder, and something inside Sade snapped. She stood up straight and said calmly, "Mama, you no get right to beat me." The compound went silent. Mama Balagon stared at her, shocked. "See this girl, oh, you get mouth now," she shouted. But Sade did not kneel. For the first time, she held her ground, and Mama Balagon felt a strange discomfort, like a lion realizing the goat was no longer afraid. Kunle returned that night to meet a house divided. His mother cried, telling her version of the story, while Sade quietly told hers. Confused and torn, Kunle tried to settle peace, but his words sounded empty to both women. Mama Balagon warned him, "If you choose this woman over me, forget say I be your mama." That night, Kunle did not sleep. He realized his silence had fed the fire. For the first time, he wondered if loving his wife meant standing up to the woman who raised him. Outside, the night insects sang as if to remind him that every man must one day choose his own path. Anger made Mama Balagon restless. She began to plan Sade's fall carefully. She spread lies, telling relatives that Sade was barren and disrespectful. She even visited a herbalist asking for charms to control stubborn wife. "I go show her say this house na my own," she muttered. Sade sensed the danger. Dreams warned her and her spirit felt heavy. Instead of fear, she turned to prayer and wisdom. She started documenting everything, words, actions, threats, quietly preparing for a day she knew would come. One morning, Mama Balagon collapsed in the compound, screaming that Sade had poisoned her food. Chaos broke out. Neighbors rushed in, some shouting, some praying. Kule arrived and found his wife surrounded by angry voices. "If my mama die, you go pay," someone yelled. Sade stood firm, her voice shaking but clear. "I no poison anybody." When the doctor later confirmed food poisoning from spoilt meat Mama Balagon had eaten outside, shame fell like rain. But instead of apologizing, Mama Balagon's hatred grew deeper. From that day, Sade changed how she moved. She was still respectful, but no longer weak. She spoke wisely, avoided traps, and refused to be alone with Mama Balagon. Some people noticed and whispered, "This girl don't wise." Mama Balagon felt her control slipping. The more she tried to dominate, the more Sade stood taller. It angered her, but also frightened her, because she realized this daughter-in-law was the one she could not break easily. Relatives gathered when rumors grew too loud. Mama Balogun accused Sade again, listing imagined sins. When it was Sade's turn to speak, she shocked everyone. Calmly, she revealed everything. Insults, beatings, lies, showing proof and witnesses. The room fell silent. Mama Balogun shouted, "Na lie," but her voice lacked power. For the first time, elders looked at her with disappointment. The crown she wore in that family slipped, and everyone saw her true face. After the meeting, things changed quickly. Mama Balogun fell ill, weak and dependent. The same people she pushed away now avoided her. Her pride, once loud, became quiet. Sade became the one cooking, cleaning and caring for her. People were shocked. "After all she do you?" they asked. Sade replied softly, "I no be her, and bitterness no go rule my life." Mama Balogun struggled with shame. Each meal Sade served felt like fire on her tongue. One night, she broke down crying, admitting her wickedness. "I think say I strong past everybody," she said, tears falling. Sade listened, pain and peace mixing in her heart. Forgiveness did not erase the past, but it opened a new road. That night, the house breathed easier for the first time. Kule finally found his voice. He apologized to Sade for his silence and promised never to abandon her again. Mama Balogun listened quietly as her son spoke like a man, not a boy. She realized she had raised him well but held him too tight. Letting go hurt, but it was necessary. Pride had almost destroyed her family. News spread across Okeala. The woman once feared now walked slowly, supported by the daughter-in-law she tried to destroy. People shook their heads, saying, "Life no balance oh." Mama Balogun's fall became a lesson. Women warned each other, men reflected, and Sade became a symbol of quiet strength. Peace did not return overnight. There were awkward silences and heavy memories, but day by day, respect replaced fear. Sade rebuilt her marriage and laughter returned to the compound. Even Mama Balogun began to smile again, this time without poison behind it. Mama Balogun called for a small family rite. Before the ancestors, she apologized publicly to Sade. "I wrong you," she said. "My pride blind me." Sade accepted, tears in her eyes. The ancestors were honored and peace was sealed. Elders praised Sade's wisdom, saying, "Not every victory needs shouting." Her strength was calm, her power steady. Mama Balogun now defended her daughter-in-law fiercely. "Anybody will talk against her, talk against me," she would say. Mama Balogun became softer, helping other young wives instead of breaking them. She warned them, "No let pride finish you like it almost finished me." Her past followed her, but her change spoke louder. Kule and Sade grew stronger. Their love survived fire, lies, and fear. The house that once held war now held warmth. At night, Sade would smile quietly, knowing endurance did not make her weak. Wisdom made her strong. Mama Balogun often looked at Sade with respect. She finally understood that power without love destroys, and control without wisdom invites shame. She had met her match, not in violence, but in character.